Well, hello, everybody. Bill Thornton, SoCal Saber here, and it is the last Sunday of the month. Yes, another month has gone flying by. So this is the monthly, the month-end Q&A plus discussions and the channel's end-of-month report. So, if you got any comments or anything, put them down there and there. Hit that like button down there and subscribe if you haven't done so yet. Right now, as of just before we look, we have 944 subscribers on the channel. Subscriber counts on the YouTube go crazy. Like last night it was 945, and then this morning it was 942. Now it's 944. I think they got some sort of thing goes on with the algorithm and something. But the 944, I appreciate every single one of the subscribers, new and old. Like I said, this is a Q&A. I don't have any questions to ask you guys. So if you have anything that you want to bring up, fire it up in the remarks down there. And got a couple people out there. And if you ever been to the Greek Theater in Los Angeles for a concert, there's a lot of trees out in the back. And one of the albums I got is Hot August Night by Neil Diamond. And during it, he says, hello, tree people out there. So I see a couple people up there watching. Hello, watchers up there. Anyway, today I'll do a quick report of the channel's and my July activities. I will address my plans for August. And let's see, what else I want to do. Towards the end, I'll give you some comments on my favorite professional teams and me. So let's see what we got going here. I got to check my notes here. I can't write all this. I got to write this stuff down. Well, in July, counting this video, there have been 30 videos published. Now, how am I doing this? I don't know. I missed 4 days last week where I didn't publish anything, and I still got more than last month. Oh, okay, cool. Hi, Mike. How you doing? I'll see you. Talk to you in a little bit. Thanks for joining us. Hi, Ray. Yeah, the temperatures are cooler here today. It's only 94. So we're cooled down a little bit. Thanks for joining. Well, anyway, I did those 30 videos, and I did my live ones. I did an anniversary, 4th anniversary. Thank you. I did the collections video number 2 that was asked by the subscribers to show where I do my recording and my thing. I got one more to do. That'd be number 3, and that's going to be in the new the front room that I made about a year ago. Joshua, hello out there. How you doing? Glad to see you on board. Guys, this is a Q&A. If you have any questions, just shoot them out there. I don't have anything in particular that I wanted to bring up. And then I did talking about number 7, which has the talking about sessions on the second Sunday of every month at 4 p.m. Pacific. As you can see, scrolling along the bottom there is the one for next month. Spinning, I do that the last week, and the monthly favorites. That's the favorite albums and CDs I listen to by week. I do a weekly one that shows what I listen to, and I show you the media, and then I discuss what I liked about it. And then this is the end of month report. PC games, American Truck Simulator. I got 2 videos out in that in July. I got Out of the Park Baseball 25. I had one video out. Then it was video in the last game of the season. I did something wrong. I messed up. So the 1968 Detroit Tigers season is over. Well, I have a new season started. Look for game number 2 coming up shortly with the 1984 Tigers, the ones that I just took to Vegas. Tigers did end up in 4th place in my season that I played through on Out of the Park Baseball. And it's fun. I'm still learning. There's still a lot more to learn in that game. That's a gigantic game. In Tower Simulator 3, I did 3 videos on Ontario International Airport, right down the road about 40 miles from here. And I think I'm getting better with my cameras so that the actual viewers can see more. I've been trying to get areas on the schedule where there's more traffic so you can see a little bit more activities. So I keep going. I got a couple more places on the schedule I want to check in Ontario before I move on airports. Replay dugout. How do you like LGB? I bought it 3 weeks ago and it's not for me. Yeah, I do like it. There's just so much to learn on it. I like all of this stuff about you have to control the 40-man roster, the 26-man roster, the minors, and all of that stuff. Of course, you can have some of this turned off. I do not play with the finances yet, where there's season tickets and all of that stuff. Yeah, I like it. It's nice. I can get a game in the evening, sitting here back in the office in about 20 minutes, and it plays through. So anyway, I got it. Sorry to hear it's not for you, but every game isn't for everybody anyway. But at least you tried. All right. The spinning, the albums and that, I did 3 videos on weekly music listened to. The July was shortened because of my trip last week up to Vegas. So if you got if you like music or you got friends that like music, tell them to watch for my weekly video shows. They normally come out on Saturdays, and they're called Spinning with a Number, and it'll say what I listened to that week. All right, sports games. I had 2 payoff pitch games. I'm doing the 1987 What If World Series, which is tied up 2 games apiece after 4. I did 2 Legends of Boxing 2 heavyweight tournament matches. 1 Fall Classic Baseball 1956 Triple Crown. And what really bugged me, I started to get that ready for the next game yesterday, and I cannot find the Hank Bauer card for the Yankees. I looked through the last team I played, think I did it there. I looked through the other cards. I'm still looking. So I got a game coming up, but Hank Bauer's not going to be playing right field for him. How could a card just disappear like that? I don't know how stuff like that happens. I did a one on the Buffalo Sabres draft and roster status as of now. Let's see what we got. Did you play any war board games? No replay. I'll be getting that in a second on the war board games, but I didn't play any. But I did do a first look at Franklin 1864 Spring Hill and Franklin from Worthington Games. I have that on the table right now, or on one of my tables where I'm learning it, and I am going to be doing a demo of it sometime in August after I get a little bit more proficient on it, so I don't have to stumble around a lot. All right, that was next on the list. And I did 7 APA videos, 1 prep, 1 wrap-up, and 5 games. That was the preparation I was doing prior to going up to Vegas. Okay, and then board games, I did 2 on Final Girl. I did 1 on showing the green box, which is called the props box. And then I did a video using the dice and the cards additioned from the prop box into the game and the video. It still got me. It still beat me, but it's fun. It leaves a little bit of more stuff to it. I do have a video out on each of them. No, Ray, at this point in time, I don't have any plans on using teams from the first half of the 20th century. The only thing that I do touch base on that, in that Superstar League that I participate in, it is an all-star rosters, and some of the players are back from the turn of the century in the early 1900s. And so they can get drafted and be on your teams and that. But actually, as far as playing actual teams, not at this point. All right. Like I said, check them. It's Final Girls out there. Requests, I still am working on. The only request I have at this point, at this time, and that's the video where I do my recordings at my collections. So I got 1 more to do. So if there's anything that you would like me to do or take a look at, let me know. I mean, even if it's going to cost me a little bit of money, I might still do it. I just have to look and see if I'm capable of doing it halfway decent. Anyway, so let me know. Just put it in the remarks section. I'll put it on my list. Okay, Replay, thanks a lot for stopping by. All right, personal and game situations. Well, Superstar Baseball, season 25. Most of the teams have 10 games in. I did do an update video on that. It's available on the channel to check out uh, where the team standings are and some of their statistics and so forth. And we just finished a big free agent signing. We're going to be getting back into business this coming Wednesday. As last Wednesday I shut down as I was in Vegas. And then the APBA 2024 Las Vegas Championship. I had done a wrap-up video on that. It's out there. But in quick thing, I didn't make the playoffs this year. I went 5-7. Guys were just hitting the heck out of it. This was something with the criteria was it had to be a World Series team between 1960 or 1950, I think, and 1985. Anyway, I went up with the 84 Tigers. Thought I was going to start off really good. I started off beating one of the San Diego teams 8-2 in game one. I said, oh, this is going to be good. Yeah, I did my own mental commentator curse because I lost the next 5 games. Then on day one, I finished up winning 3 games. So at that evening, I was 4-5. I thought I might have a chance if I could punch it out the next day. And I talked with the director the next morning before we started. And he says, yeah, 705 will make it if you can do it. Well, I didn't do it. First game that day, a guy hit 3 2-run homers against me. The second game, a guy hit 5 home runs against me. And then I won the third game. So I ended up 5-7. It was a lot of fun. Chris White does a nice job up there in Vegas. And I enjoy the company of all of the guys and get to meet a couple other people new this time. Let me see this. The series between the Yankees and the 61 Yanks. I do plan on doing a full season soon. I don't mess with the financials. No, me either, Mike. How big was the turnout? Well, it got wound down. It was like 2 weeks ago. It was 27. Then we had 20. And then one my buddy got sick, and he didn't go up with me, so we ended up with 19. But it was still a fun tournament. We played 9 games the first day, 3 games the second day. Then the top 8 teams went into the playoffs in the first round, and each playoff round is best of 3. But I've been in the playoffs and took home 2 trophies in the last 5 years, so that's not doing too bad. All right, what's on the table working at this moment? Payoff pitch, the 87 What If World Series, Legends of Boxing Tournament, Franklin 1864. I am learning it. A video demo will be coming out. History Maker Golf. I have a tournament all set up and ready to go. It's going to be using the 2010 All-Stars in golf, and it's going to be done on the championship course at Augusta. So that should be a lot of fun. I'm not going to record it as long as I did the last time I did. So I'll do like 3 holes showing you everybody, and then I'll be off for 3 holes, and I'll come back, and then I'll do 3 holes and off. So it doesn't make it so long. All right, then Fall Classic Basketball, the 1956 Yankee replay without Hank Bauer for now, and the APBA 61 Detroit replay. So that's what's going on the tables right now. Franklin's up and playing, but I'm learning it as I play it. It's a pretty good game. It's by Worthington Games. It was November 29th and 30th of 1864. Okay. And the book I'm reading, about the real history about it, is called The Confederacy's Last Hurrah. August plans for the channel and me. You have any thoughts you'd like me to see me do something, please get them in there for me. Talking about 8 on the 11th August and a monthly wrap-up on the 25th August, both at 4 p.m. Pacific. That doesn't mean I won't jump in sometimes with impromptu ones like I did this month. Unboxings will continue. The Franklin demo when it's learned. PC games, I'm going to be doing American Truck Simulator. I'm going to be doing Out of the Park Baseball 25 and Tower Simulator 3 for sure. I'm still hoping to get Starfield back up and going again. Vinyl spinning this week will continue and with this weekly video and the monthly wrap-up of what I like the best. That's interesting because I'm not liking for the whole month. I do a week and I have them listed, and then I tell you which 2 I like the best out of that week, then the next week 2. So somebody might get bumped out in there the way it works. But that's easy for me to do, so I'm not really too concerned about it. All right, and let's say I'm going to be doing more sports games, more APA, Payoff Pitch, Fall Classic Baseball, and Superstar Baseball for myself. If you enjoyed the video showing your game playing areas and collections, I would be interested in you taking some of war games from various eras that you have on your shelves and giving a brief review. Okay. I probably can do something for that, Ray. Let me give myself a little note here. Because I do have all the way back to the Napoleonic Wars, all the way up to World War II. And no, I finally got rid of Labyrinth. I do have Vietnam. Some of the stuff's not open yet, so I don't know if I'll include. I won't call any. I'm only going to do stuff that I have played and I've opened and played. So I get a review. Okay, I got that on my list now, Ray. Thanks a lot for your input. Yeah, me too, Mike. All right, and I said the golf, and then I'm looking at doing, since it's starting to crank up a little bit, I'm thinking I'm bringing a football game on board in August, like a preseason, but it's actually be a project I got working. It's a game that I did not get on the channel last football season, and it's called Inside Blitz. And I think I had like the 94 or the 95 Bills season going in that one. It's been so long. But I think I'm going to do one of their games as like a warm-up for the upcoming football season. And let's see, multiplayer demos. I will try to continue getting some of those demos or playthroughs out. I had Age of Innovation up, and I was almost about ready to do a demo, but it takes so much space up. And with having to use Discord and having a monitor on the table, I didn't want to take it down. And that's for Superstar Baseball, because one of our owners now is in Tennessee. So we use Discord. He has cameras, he has cards. We have cameras, we have cards. And when we come in on Wednesdays, he comes in and we go on Discord and he plays. But I got to have monitors up to do that. So, all right, and make sure you hit the bell down there, and you won't miss anything when I publish new videos. And let's see. Okay. I already said that. In the end, don't forget to like and subscribe on your way out before you leave. All right, my favorite sports teams, the Detroit Tigers, are 52-55, 12 games out. It's not there. That's better than what I anticipated. If you would have asked me 2 months ago, and I said they'd have been like 18 or 20 games out. They're up a little bit from a month ago. A lot of trade rumors out there going about Tarik Skubal, who right now is like the top pitcher in all of baseball. But I just saw an article before I came on tonight that says it doesn't look like he's going to get traded. This is good. Why do you have a prospect? You bring him up. I know you want to get a lot of stuff, but you bring him up, you get him there. It turns out he's going to be one of the best, and then you get rid of him. That don't make a lot of sense to me, because he's still on entry-level contracts and stuff like that, so you control. Then I think it's Jack Flattery or something like that, one of the relievers that came over from St. Louis. He's been talking a lot about teams trying to get him to shore up their bullpens. And the one that I don't like is I saw an article the other day where Detroit's actually shopping Spencer Torkelson, the first young kid first baseman who hit 30 home runs, and then he had struggled this year, and they sent him down to the minors. But I like the kid, and I hope he can come back and be with Detroit, because if he goes somewhere else, he'll kill Detroit when he starts getting out of his hitting slump. So I'll be glad when this trade thing is over next week. The Buffalo Bills, I'm not up to date on them, and I need to get going on this. I need to get myself more informed. And if you want to get informed on the Buffalo Bills, go over and check out Nickel City Mafia. He's on there. My son, they do a really good job on the Buffalo Bills, the Buffalo Sabres on fantasy football. They got a couple of guys on there that are really smart about fantasy football, about golf. So they're pretty well rounded and everything. But they do talk more about not only the Buffalo Bills, they talk about other teams also. Anyway, this Boston, I was very surprised when I read. I read an article where 3 players who were like unrestricted free agents signed with the Celtics for lower than what they were offered by another team because they wanted to come back and play with the Celtics next year. That's pretty loyal. They won another ring. But in another one, I looked at the contracts and I went, holy tamale. They're going to be like $65 million over the cap this year. And it's even going to get worse next year. And it's nuts. Like Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum next year have $50 million cap hits, both of them. That's crazy. They got to be making a lot of money off of the television rights in the NBA. That's all I can say about it. Anyway, Buffalo Sabres, we had some big news this week. I was really concerned because UPL has to go to arbitration, and so did the new kid that we just traded for, but Beck, whatever his name is right now. I don't even have a note. Oh, yeah, Melenstein. Arbitration. Well, Kevin Adams worked his magic and got them both signed before their arbitration hearings. The reason I don't like arbitration hearings is, yeah, it's their right to go there, but that's just like a dog-eat-dog day. The Sabres management goes in there and says why he doesn't deserve what he wants. He goes in there and says why he does. And I think arbitration ruins player management relationships across the board. I don't only care for Buffalo, but for anybody. So Kevin Adams worked it. Yeah, we got a little bit hit pretty good with not pretty good. UPL's 5 years for $23.75 million. UPL, Kevin Adams was very, very patient with him as he was coming along and growing up and up and down. And last year he started off as the 3rd string goalie. Ended up by mid-year, he was the 1st string goalie. And then by the end of the season, he was one of the top goalies in the NHL. So let's hope he continues this constant growth that he had last year. And maybe we finally got some stabilization in the goalie crease for the Sabres, which we have not had since Ryan Miller. Okay, guys have been going in and out, in and out. And, it's Beck Melenstein was also signed to 2 years at $2.7 million. He's going to be a nice addition to the bottom 6 with his speed and his ability to hit. And somebody I just seen somebody else jumped on board here. Malbert's 20. What's up, SoCal Sabre? Not much. I'm recuperated from the trip to Vegas and back. How you doing? Yeah, Mike, I totally agree with that. I don't care who the people are. It ruins the relationships in all sports, I personally believe, because you can't expect, like if UPL would have went in there and said, I want $6 million, or Kevin Adams would have to be in there telling this arbitrator how bad he is that he don't deserve $6 million. That's a crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. All right, then let's see. All right. One of the roster is about getting full for the Sabres. And one of the things I'm really curious about is what's up with Peyton Krebs. He is not signed. Peyton Krebs is one of the young kid that came over in the Jack Eichel trade. And I'm personally thinking that maybe they're looking to be part of a trade package to get a top line forward. Krebs is young, got a lot of potential now. I'm rooting for to come up on the American Hockey League to get in on the Sabres this year is Yuri Coolidge. But then I read another article today where they said that they think Coolidge is being shopped as part of the trade bait. And I don't want that to happen. We got plenty of other young studs down there beside Coolidge, who's got a cannon for a shot. So that's where I stand on that. So anyway, that's my thoughts on my favorite sports teams for this month. Me, I'm doing pretty well. I'm still walking every other day. Anybody that knows me personally is 2 years ago, I couldn't stand up for 10 minutes without having to sit down with terrific hip pain. I don't experience that now through the physical therapy and this walking that I do. So a lot of times I don't feel like getting up and driving over to the mall in the morning, early in the morning to walk. But when I think of how much better it feels now than without the pain, it's worth it going over there. And I'm now 3 days out of Vegas, and I'm not sick. Aside from the tournament play, I wore a mask just about everywhere I went in the hotel, especially in elevators with other people. And I didn't wear one in my room, of course. But I stay protective because California is COVID is on the rise. That's where my buddy didn't go up with me this year. He was home. Him and his mother were both down with COVID, so I missed the trip. So, anybody got anything they want to chat about? That's the end of my report for the month. I'm getting kind of long-winded, huh? All right. I appreciate everybody for stopping by. I appreciate your chatting and your inputs and your recommendations and so forth. And let me see. Hey, Ray, I got some. What are your favorite sports in order of your preference? Preference. Number 1, hockey. Number 2, football. 3, basketball. 4, baseball. I played all of them in some degree or another growing up, and in the military. So, Joshua, keep on walking. Our bodies like to move. Yeah, I plan on keep on walking. I did a walk this morning, and I got my next one already on my schedule for Tuesday. Ray, what's your order of sports? I watched a great 15-minute clip on the Braves, why the Braves left Buffalo. Well, I don't know if I want to watch that or not. Where'd you watch it at? That I'm still mad about that. I'm as mad about the Braves as I am about the Brooklyn Dodgers leaving Brooklyn. And I carry a grudge for a long time because they left Brooklyn in 1957. And I was a big Brooklyn Dodger fan. And I have been out in California, and I said I would never support them in any means. I've been out in California since 1981 and have never been to a Dodger game. And I only live an hour and a half up to 2 hours away from Dodger Stadium. So that, I'm happy that I became a Boston Celtic fan after the Braves moved, but because I had other options that I was thinking about, because Detroit and Cleveland are actually closer than Boston is. Should know that they had the Sabres and the Golden Griffins. They had the Sabres and the Golden Griffins. They had to contend with at the odd. The Braves were third on the pecking order for scheduling. No, I didn't know that. I don't think that would have been a reason for me to move, because I'm sure that if they were drawing attendance, that the schedulers would have made arrangements to get so they didn't have the worst picks all the time. Yeah, what a great grudge. Is it healthy to carry a grudge that long? Yeah, as long as it don't hurt nobody else. Yeah, I was big. I was 10, 11 years old when the Dodgers were down there in Brooklyn. There was the Brooklyn Dodgers, the New York Yankees, and the New York Giants all in one city. What competition that was, And so I have never got to see the Brooklyn Dodgers play, but I did get to see the New York Yankees play in old Yankee Stadium. I used to go down there. I'm the first one born out of my family out of New York City. So we still had a lot of relatives down there. We used to go down and visit. And every time I was in town, if the Yankees were in town, my Uncle Joe would take me to the stadium for a game. Saw Mickey and Whitey Ford and all those guys play. Oh, there's Ray. There we go. Baseball, basketball, pro cycling, and football. Well, you almost reversed me on there. No hockey, though. I see that. Pro cycling, never got into that. It's like I never got into soccer either. I see all the young kids. My grandson plays soccer. Mike's son plays soccer all the time. My son played soccer even when we were lived on the base out at George Air Force Base. He used to play. I used to go watch, but soccer never excited me. Then when I watched it on television, all I heard was that screaming and those whistles and stuff. I said, from the fans, I said, oh, I can't get into this. But pro cycling, never got it. I watched some pro cycling races, but I've never been enthused about it. Okay, gang. Going to so we're looking at we're a little over 30 minutes in. Unless if you guys got anything you want to discuss, bring it on up real quick. I'm going to wait a minute or two, and then I'll call it quits for this Sunday report. No, Ray, I have not. I kind of dropped that subject a little bit because that takes a lot of planning, and I'm still not sure which direction I want to go yet. Once I determine which direction, whether I want to go from Mississippi eastbound, from Tennessee eastbound, or go into Virginia and do the Shenandoah Valley and Gettysburg and all of them and do that surrounding area and come back. I'm not sure which way I want to go yet. So that's why I haven't made any plans for the trip. Hopefully that'll be a next summer trip. I got one trip coming this October. I thought I was end of flying, but in October I'm going down to October for I guess you call her my stepdaughter is getting married. That's what she calls. She called me her stepfather. She takes me to the hospital and I asked, "What's your relationship?" She says, "That's my stepdad." So she's getting married. She called me and asked me if I'd fly down to Mexico for her wedding, and I said certainly. So got that one coming in October. In fact, Ray, when I get a lot of the pop-ups on YouTube and Facebook about Civil War battlefields because I did a little bit of research. You know how you research something now on the internet, then you start getting these things popping up in that. So any wargaming recently, Bill? No wargaming. As I said it a little bit earlier, I have Franklin 1864 on the board table right now. I've read the rules. I'm starting to learn. I'm playing Spring Hill, which was the 29th of November, 1864. And then once I get it down, and then once I can move the cards around, I'm probably going to play Franklin, which is was the next day in that battle on November 30th, 1864. But there will be a demo coming on it. I just that's the only wargaming I've done. I've been thinking about bringing a few things out. I was thinking about bringing one of my submarine games out and continuing the career of whoever I got going in that one. I'm also thinking about bringing out Target for Today. That's pretty cool because you got to have all of these people. I make this list of all of the people, the co-pilot, the bombardier, the navigator, the gunners. I make up names from everybody from my family and friends, and then we go up. You fly missions, and some people get wounded. Some people. The whole goal was during World War II was to complete 25 missions. I have not done that yet in that game, so I'm going to be starting over. When I bring it out, I'm going to be starting over a new aircraft. But it's pretty cool. How many solo scenarios are there, Frank? There's 2 scenarios. There's Spring Hill from the 29th, Historical from the 29th of November, and then there's Franklin from the 30th of November, and then there's a way to link them to play them like a small short campaign where the losses and gains from the Spring Hill side carry over to the Franklin game. So it's from Worthington, good quality components and everything. I have more in that series than I should be looking at, but I get some behind by now. Right now, I've been looking at a lot of stuff from Gen Con 2024, which kicks off the end of next week, of all the new multiplayer and solo games that are coming out this year. And normally I pick up a few after Gen Con when I see which ones I like. And I don't go to Gen Con, so I call it my virtual Gen Con, in which I pick up a few, and then I'll do a Gen Con haul video. Do you learn tactics as you play more? I am not coming to grips on learning the rules and how the military would attack. No, I don't know by playing more, if that would be anything. I think it would be more in reading books about particular battles in history and what they did and what they shouldn't have done. And that might help you out in the game too. It's always maneuver, trying to get into the right position, trying to outflank your guys and so forth like that. So I would recommend books. Like I said, right now I'm doing Franklin, and I'm reading the Confederacy's Last Hurrah. It's about the what they call it, the Western battle scenes with Nashville and Memphis and General Hood towards the end of the war. And that'll lead up, because I have another one from Multi-Band Publishing called Hood Strikes North. So this book will help me understand more from each one of those. Hey, Jay Wells, everything is doing well. Good to see you. I stop checking on your channel every once in a while, see what you've been doing. And back to that, and some of the things you'll find out is tactics don't mean nothing. They're just the way it ends up. You end up in a spot where you have to battle. If you move adjacent to another unit, you have to battle. There we go. Did I serve in Vietnam? No, I did not serve in Vietnam, Ray. During the Vietnam War, I spent 6 years in Korea. It was really strange that twice while I was there, I got orders to go to NKP. It was called Nakhon Phanom. It was the most northern base that we had in Thailand during the war, and it was classified. The base wasn't. I had to go down to headquarters in the secret just to find out where it was. And they used to fly rescue missions. It was right next to the Mekong River, and they used to fly rescue missions right over into North Vietnam to get down pilots and so forth like that. So they used to get hit and stuff. And twice, when I was within a week to 2 weeks of out processing from Osan to go there, twice it was canceled, and twice I got extended for another year. And this happened in 3 years apart from each other. I got extended for another year in Korea. So I guess my higher power figured I'd go over there and do something stupid. They wanted me and get killed. They wanted me to do something more in my life. Right. The Confederacy from what I have read so far, I would say yes. I haven't got into the details of the battles yet, because I spent a lot of time historically and with the characters, with Hood and Jefferson Davis and Robert Lee and all of those people, that were involved, and with Grant and all of them, of course, too, and Sherman. So I think I'm getting buzzed about getting to the end of the character building, and which helps me understand a little bit more about all Civil War games and what was actually going on in those days. So I would say yes. It's not that I don't think it's. If you check on Amazon, I don't think it's very costly. I don't remember what it costs at the time. But if you want to get any idea about the last hurrah was Hood's push into try to go back up and recapture Nashville and everything, which turned out in real life to be a real disaster. But we'll see how it turns out in the game. That's always my goal. I always try to say I want to do better. I want to do better than what happened in the real battle. And most of the time, I don't. There was another one I almost bought on the same subject, but I can't remember what the name of it was right now. Anybody got any else? I'm just trying to see if I can bring up some Civil War books. I don't see the one right offhand that I bought. I've got quite a few books. And then I keep a chart when the book comes in, the name of the book. And then I have the games listed, a list down here. And I have all of the battles within the games listed. So if there's a battle down here for Franklin, I have it highlighted the same as the book. So I know which book to read and when I want to get ready to play that game. This should bring it up. I was just typing the wrong thing before. Yeah, it's paperback. It's $25. 7 more in stock, it says. Yeah, that's always to get you, but it looks like it's got an MSRP at 35. Right now it's 25. And it's it's a good sized book, so it's not like you're getting a 90-page book for that cost. Let me see what we got here. Well, it's 528 pages. Doesn't feel like it when I got it in my hands. But I did that with all the battles, even if it's a World War II battle and so forth. When I was playing Guadalcanal, I read a book on Guadalcanal. I understood a lot more what was going on in history then. And it just brings more enjoyment for me out of the games also. Yeah, it's not the greatest system, but it serves its purposes in doing the color coding on the different battles, referring to what book I can read about them in. Good show. Thanks a lot, Mike, for jumping in. I'll check out you guys later. I got to get it up to date on the Bills. Take care. Smash that like button. All right. Okay, gang. Let's see what somebody else got something. Okay. Anything else anybody want to ask about? We're going up on 45 minutes. I don't have anything prepped in my mind to talk about. Thanks, Jeffrey. You're welcome. Thank you for stopping by. Take care, Joshua. Okay, so I want to thank everybody out there for stopping by. Take care of yourselves. Be kind to each other. Stay safe.